Morning. I thought you might like to take a little walk with me. There's some iris, hellebore, vinca, some different hostas. This one right here is oregano. A cherry tree, big one. Down below it, some more vinca. These are raspberries. Off the side of the chicken coop is some grapes. Kind of let them grow there because the chickens like to eat the grapes when they fall down. There's some more raspberries. This is a mulberry bush. It's like a tree now, but it will be trimmed back. The chickens eat the mulberries when they fall off. This bed's a little bit wild, but it has more berries. It's got a pretty big peony over here, as well as some aronia starts. Turn here. And those are actually being propagated. So each of those will be their own little plant here once they root. Apricot trees. These sticks at the bottom are to keep the chickens from tearing up the bases of the trees too much. This is an apricot tree that's kind of on its way out, and I left it there to try to get, because these are pretty old trees, to try to get some seedlings growing, which was pretty cool because I did, and I'll show you those in a second. At the base of this one is a mulberry tree that's growing up right there, and then behind it is a curly willow, and then in the distance there are hybrid chestnuts and apple trees in the pasture behind the fence there. These are just some ornamental plants that I'm propagating. So there's lilies, there's iris, some snow on the mountain over there, horseradish, lots of wild grapes, and this is a big mulberry tree. There's actually a couple of them in here. And then some little apricot trees. So this is a baby apricot. It's a few years old. Here's a few more apricot trees. They're too close together, but I'm letting them grow just to kind of give them some protection and, see how they do. And then eventually, like the weaker ones will get cut out of there. Some roses that I just started from like stick cuttings last fall. They're doing pretty well. Heirloom roses. This little fence isn't pretty, but it keeps the deer away. So here's some more apricot seedlings down there. There's another little one on the top of the screen. There's some, looks like lemon balm down there, as well as some mint, some majoram. Looks like we've got a little friend on the majoram. this is oregano. And then coming over here to the fence row, a little wild in here, but there's lots of berries. There are some really delicious ones that are like a lighter purple color. I think they're some kind of cross. Oh yeah, here we go. Between like red ones. There they are. I can get them. And the wild raspberries, and they taste so sweet. And then again, this is like a little wild through here, but there are lots and lots of berries. Through here, there's pin cherries for the birds. Some mulberry trees, which have like nice sized berries on them. Actually, most of the mulberries have dropped or been collected. I believe this one is honeysuckle. I'm not positive about that. These are just grapes, wild grapes growing over some of the bushes. They need to be cleaned out, but I haven't gotten around to it. And this mulberry tree actually has like much sweeter berries. They're a lot smaller, but they're very sweet. And of course the birds are up there. They're happy to have something to eat. Some more wild grapes. Apple trees here. These are newer trees, but they are getting apples on them. And there's a peach tree. This is a white mulberry in here. A little wild. And then it has raspberries growing around it. And I actually think that this is an apricot, I want to say, that's growing up in there too. So eventually that'll have to be managed a little bit. Kind of make some decisions about what should be there. Thanks for walking with me this morning.